Hello, everyone, and welcome. I want to give you guys a short video here about a couple of my favorite turtle species here in the Northeast United States. The first one being the one you're seeing on the screen here, the Diamondback terrapin. As you can see, it's quite an attractive turtle. Love those white heads that they have. And it's also an interesting turtle because it lives in brackish water. They can be found in tidal creeks. This one was actually the one you're looking at here. Was filmed just off of a beach in the Sound, right near the breeding season. A lot of them were probably coming on land to lay their eggs right around this time. Now, an unfortunate thing about these turtles is they were once used as a commercial food supply, which reduced their numbers, and then their egg laying opportunities are somewhat limited, both because a lot of the land has been developed and because human populations have created large numbers of medium-sized predators, things like foxes and raccoons, that can really devastate the nest. So I know there's been some studies that have shown 100% nest predation. Because of that, there is a volunteer network that will try to discover at least some of these nests and put fencing around it. That fencing would hopefully prevent predators from being able to get to the eggs and give at least some of the turtles a chance to make it back into the water, to grow large, and to maintain that breeding population. So that's something kind of cool that's going on. It's kind of unfortunate that we've made it where we need to do that, but at least someone is trying to do something to keep them common. At least localized. I did see a large number of breeding adults, so hopefully between those still existing and those efforts, that they will become even more common in the future. Here's a small turtle some kids found. This was a turtle at in a tidal creek area. We were able to take some photographs of the turtle and then hand it over to a park ranger who re-released it back out into the wild. It was fun to take a look at it, although you really shouldn't pick the turtles up. Park rangers get a little nervous that someone might take it. In this case, no one was going to take the turtle. The kids were just simply looking at it. I was just looking at the turtle. The park ranger was very nice and just asked us to return it when we were done. Another turtle I'd like to talk about is the Redbelly turtle. This is an interesting turtle because it's a large turtle. It's attractive, but also because of its range. See here, you see this Florida range down here, and then you see a little bit up here in the towards the northeast region, and then you see this big gap. I believe they say it's about 250 miles, and then you see this little red spot here in Massachusetts near Plymouth. That disjunct population is the one that I've went to go see. I have seen them down in Florida also, but I didn't take any pictures. I don't believe. Not sure if there's any size difference between the populations, but as far as size of turtle, I mean, certainly there would be in the total numbers of turtles. The Massachusetts turtles are in an area where there is some state protected land there that they're on, and also I believe they live in some cranberry ponds around there too, and the owners are aware of the turtle. It's sort of small distribution here in Massachusetts, so I think everybody's pretty sensitive to that. In addition to that, the state also has implemented a Head Start program where the turtles are head started by volunteers, and I'm not sure if they're being introduced into novel areas or maybe areas where they were believed they once were and have potentially been wiped out. But nonetheless, they're trying to increase the number of localities where this turtle exists in that little area there. So if something were to happen to one of the populations, it wouldn't be catastrophic. Here's one of the turtles. This is a fairly large one here. You can see him out sunning himself. This particular turtle is photographed at a lake. I was able to see them both from the shore and from a raft. Also in this area, there are some sundews and interesting plants. Here's one where you can kind of see a little bit more of the color on him. This one's not quite as old as the other one, and I'm a little bit closer to it. Another turtle here. I believe this one was actually seen from the shore. But you can still see some of the reds, even though he's a little bit away, and that's more of a medium-sized one also. So that's the red-bellied turtle. living up around Massachusetts, if you happen to be in the Plymouth area, it might be worthwhile to come and bring your camera to photograph them, or maybe even a pair of binoculars. You can zoom in. There's quite a lot of painted turtles in the area, so often you'll see a turtle, but it'll turn out to be a painted turtle. These are a little bit less common than the painted turtles in the particular lake I was looking at them in, but I would still say that they are common in that locality. They're somewhat abundant in that locality, as I was able to see a number of them. Definitely different individuals, different parts to the lake the day I was there. So that's just a little bit about a couple of my favorite turtle species up here in the Northeast. I hope you found this interesting, and have a good night.